Hello everyone, this is Mike from Milestone 20 again, going over the UA Homebrew for the Travelers of the Multiverse, which are the new races in Spelljammer. Since Spelljammer Academy dropped today, I would like to make sure that everybody has access to these new races. I do have a campaign built to where I can share these races if you feel free. If you would like to, feel free to join the campaign and build your character based on the homebrew that I built. And you can stay in the campaign, you can leave the campaign if you like, and keep your character you built with the racial features that I've added. If you like, you can actually stay in the campaign, and there will be links to the homebrew race that I've created, and you can add that to your own homebrew, and as long as you stay in the campaign, that'll stay active for you. If you do leave the campaign, just how D&D Beyond works, it will remove it. Unfortunately, I cannot publish this to the homebrew because I don't own the content. This was published by Wizards of the Coast back in October, so I can't publish it on D&D Beyond. But anyway, so let's go ahead and jump in. This one will be for the Giff is next in line. So previously, as I've added, there's a whole bunch of creating your character content where you adjust ability scores, languages, creature type, lifespan, and height and weight. All this is covered in the basics of the intro. If you don't know what a Giff is, you can see at the top of the UA here that it is a hippo-headed being of impressive size. We'll go ahead and jump into my homebrew creation of the Giff. And I'm going to actually show you the details page here first. So scroll down to the Giff on the... So it looks like we can cover the Giff pretty well this time. So it starts here. Giff are tall, broad-shouldered folk with hippo-like features. So I've covered that section here in the homebrew. This is the creating your character section that I mentioned. That's just kind of the generic default stuff at the top. And as we get into the traits, Giff are very, very simple build for homebrew. You're humanoid, you're medium, your speed is 30, and you have a swimming speed equal to your walking speed. Looks like I might need a tweak on that one. We'll go ahead and edit that while I'm going through here. Damage dealer, like a hippopotamus in a crystalware shop, you are naturally adept at damaging things. So when you roll a 1 on damage die for melee attack, you can re-roll the die and use the new roll. You can do so no more than once per turn. So again, as we've seen before, this is really more of a text type build. Hippo does have advantage on strength-based ability checks and strength saving throws, so there'll be some mechanics in there. In addition, you can count one size larger when determining your carrying capacity, so there were some mechanics in this as well. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna scroll up here and let's go ahead and edit this. Okay. As we've mentioned before, the ability score and then languages are the first two pieces here, so I'm going to go ahead and look at those. Those are very simple. Again, ability score increase, we've covered this. The basics of it, using the Toshas and the monsters or the multiverse, new changes is you increase 3 scores by 1, or you increase one score by 2 and increase a different score by 1. So there's 2 options. They both equal up to a net of 3 additional points. So we kind of go over in the description here. This is number 1 in the display order, as I mentioned. In the options, it gives you the increase 3 scores by 1 or increase 2 scores, 1 by 2, 1 by 1. So we'll close this. The next one is language. And we're basically just saying, hey, you can read and write common in one other language. We go down here, there's a modifier. There's language, setting a language as common, and then choosing an additional language. Your speed. Now this is where we're going to get into something interesting. Now, I did put a swimming speed of 30 at the top of the basic information, but I don't have it listed out in the text. So we'll go ahead and look at this. Oh, sorry, that was this. Yeah, that was this. Okay, your medium. We'll go with the size piece here. Your medium, there's nothing really to change there. As I mentioned before, there's nothing really mechanically changed being versus small or medium, especially once they're set. I will say some of the new ones coming up here, you'll see like I believe it's the Hadozee and maybe the Plasmoid. I can't remember exactly which one it was. I believe it was Hadozee at least. But you can set your size to small or medium. And there's a special mechanic there, one that you only get through using Homebrew, and I'll go into this into that creature type or into that race when I go through it. But you have to clone from a race that has that ability. And good thing for us, we have something like the Heron has that ability. That set. So anyway, so without getting much further into the weeds here, let's keep going. Your speed, we need to look at this one. And again, this is where I said your walking speed is 30. Sorry, I'm on the wrong traits here. I mean, we need to be over here. Speed, your walking speed is 30, and you have a swimming speed equal. So I'm going to go update this. And I will say, this is a trick. If you guys haven't figured this out yet, if you do this, if you copied from here, it wraps it and you have to clean it up. But if you paste into here and then copy this and paste into there, it sets it up right. So for me, I always copy into the description first and then copy it up into the snippet. Difference between snippet and description, I've kind of covered this a little bit, but this is what shows on the character sheet. This is what shows on the flyout. That comes off to the right side. Okay. When you're adding abilities, and again I copied this earlier, but when you're adding racial traits, make sure you set what the feature type is as granted and save it, and have that set before you save. If you don't, it's going to wipe out all your work and you're going to have to go redo it. Anyway, there's nothing really changed here. The thing I needed to do was update that you have a swimming speed equal to your walking speed and change that text. So go ahead and save. Now, okay, so we've got the size, speed down. Now we need to get into damage dealer and hippo build. So take a look here. Damage dealer, again, this is just the basic text. Nothing fancy in here. Again, it's just basically a text entry, so nothing changed down here mechanically. Yeah. Hippo build. Now this is the one where we're going to have advantage set on things, and we're going to have 3 features, three mechanical pieces we needed to add. So we've got the text up here, we've got the text here. What we needed to do is in the modifiers, we needed to add advantage on strength checks, advantage on strength saving throws, and then your carrying capacity is 1 size larger, which you start out as medium, and so 1 size larger is large, so we set your carrying capacity as large. So let's go into how we did that. For the modifier, we set the modifier type as advantage, modifier subtype is strength ability checks, and that's all we need to change here. For here, we're going to do advantage again, but we're going to do strength saving throws. And that's all we needed to set there. And carrying capacity is a little different. We haven't covered one of these yet. So basically that's the modifier type, is carrying capacity, and you set the subtype as large. Now we could go tiny, we could go gargantuan, but large is what we need. So, and an existing race that actually has that, if you wanted to go and look and see how that was built, which is what I did on a bunch of these things to figure out exactly how to build them right. One of the races that has that is the Furbolg. Potentially, I know the Furbolg has that ability. There might be others. So that is pretty much it for the Hadozee, or sorry, excuse me, not the Hadozee, the Giff. What we'll do from here, we'll go in and we'll create a Hadozee. Sorry, I keep saying Hadozee. We'll go ahead and create a Giff. I have one that I've kind of pre-made. Pre-started anyway. So we've got our Giff. We're UA. We're calling it. We're going to use homebrew content, and in here we're going to select our race, which is the Giff UA. And again, how I mentioned, these things are kind of out of order, but they show you in you creating these traits. They show you which number is which. Ability scores is number 1, language is 2, creature type is 3, size is 4. See, we fixed it. Speed is correct. Damage dealer and hippo build. So we'll go ahead and choose race. And this one I'm going to do a little differently. I'm going to just go do 3 scores by 1. And for language, well, I don't know what a good language would be for a Giff. Do you know what? Let's go with Celestial. Okay, and you can see we've got creature type, size, speed, damage dealer, and hippo build. Okay, so class, as I've done before, I basically create a fighter, and I don't set anything for the fighter because we want everything to be looked at as if it was from the racial build that we did when we look at the character sheet. So in here you can again change your ability score increases for the Giff. I'm going to set manual rolled, and basically give our commoner build here. Description, again, we show the Giff UA language if we wanted to change it. And I think we're good from there. So now if we take a look, you'll see we have advantage on strength. Saving throws. We also have advantage on strength skill checks. So, and you know, athletics is the only strength saving or a skill check, so we have advantage on that. So there's that. We have our languages, which came from UA. There are Giff UA. As you see, when you click on here, you'll see where the advantage came from for the strength check is from the hippo build. And that's pretty much it on the front page here. So I'm going to go into the racial traits here. So again, the Giff is kind of a big hardy race, but mechanically they don't have a huge amount of advantages. So maybe once the UA is done, maybe they'll actually bump up the Giff, because realistically right now I think they're kind of a weaker race compared to all the extra abilities you get on the other. So here's our ability increases that we had, the languages, size. If you see our speed, I didn't show that before, but there's our speed of 30, walking and swimming. Again, this damage dealer was basically just text again. If we click on that, we can see the fly out with the full description. And hippo build, basically the same thing here. So yeah, that's basically it for the hippo, for the Giff. And you know, they're a great race, flavor wise, but in mechanics wise, you get extra carrying capacity, which is about all you can see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop this out so we can actually see the character sheet from a full view. Go to racial traits, and you see here, you see our advantage. One thing I want to point out is we have our encumbrances set as if we are large. So yeah, this pretty much wraps up our Giff build. If you like what I'm doing here, please give the video a like. Think about subscribing to see new videos that I put out, and yeah, give us a comment if you would like on the videos as well. Thank you very much, and have a great day.